I'm Prafnil from Nekota and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Stanley Godler and I'm from Australia, but I'm part Fijian from Watraki, and I love listening to Today FM Rocks.
For the best music and less talk, we tune into Today FM in Nasilai Village. Today FM rocks.
My name is Inai Ali and I'm from Ba, and I love the big breakfast on Today FM. I just love it and hope you love it too.
My name is Jay from La Paz. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Naushin and I'm from Sambeto, and I love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
Good evening, I'm Jackie Spate and this is FBC News. Tonight, Employment Ministry sources seasonal work outside of Australia and New Zealand. Women's Minister says everyone shares in Fiji's growth. And police begins festive season operations to prevent road fatalities. The government will continue to look for seasonal work opportunities outside of Australia and New Zealand. Employment Minister Choneo Sumate says this is being done to cater for the high number of people in the ready work pool. Ali Kimbia has more.
With over 300 Fijians already assisted through the seasonal worker scheme, the government has revealed that talks is currently underway to further enhance this program with other overseas countries.
There's some talk about the United States of America, and as opportunities come up, we'll try to get our people and give them those opportunities for employment.
There is a high demand of the scheme from people living in rural areas, and Usamate says they are looking at around 500 workers to be assisted by the end of next year.
We hope to keep growing it, especially for those out in the rural areas that don't have access to income, they don't have jobs. It gives an opportunity to get some money.
20 people are expected to leave for Australia next week, and they will be contracted for 6 months under the seasonal worker scheme. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
President Major General retired Chiochi Konrote will be meeting with the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II, in London next week. The courtesy call, among other things, serves to reaffirm Fiji's commitment to the Commonwealth and its democratic principles and ideals. The visit is part of President Konrote's visit to London and to Fiji's peacekeeping troops in the Middle East. He will visit Fiji's peacekeeping troops in Lebanon, Iraq, Syria, Israel, Sinai and South Sudan, accompanied by Commander of the Republic of Fiji Military Forces, Rear Admiral Viliame Naupoto. The President's official trip begins tomorrow. As Fijians all around the country are celebrating Fiji's 46th independence this weekend, Minister for Women Mereseni Vuniwanga has reminded people that we are stronger when we work together. Vuniwanga was part of Fiji Day celebrations at the Nasavusavu District School in Savusavu yesterday. Shireen Shivan reports.
Women's Minister Mereseni Vuniwanga celebrated Fiji Day with people from her childhood. Vuniwanga was a student at the Nasavusavu District School, which hosted celebrations yesterday.
No matter who you are, no matter where you call home, you deserve to be involved in our success and have access to the same essential services as anyone else.
She says every member of society is part of the government's journey forward, and people in the rural and maritime areas have the same right as those in urban areas. Vuniwanga says the strength of the Fijian people has undoubtedly been tested earlier this year during the tropical cyclone Winston.
When Cyclone Winston ravaged our nation, causing vast destruction, taking lives and leaving many of our people on their knees, we came together like never before to care for those affected and rebuild the livelihoods that were lost.
The theme for this year's celebration is Moving Fijians in Unity. Shireen Shivan, FBC News.
The road death toll stands at 42, with the 44-year-old driver in Singatoka being the latest fatality. It is believed the vehicle he was driving veered onto the opposite lane and hit an oncoming vehicle. Director Traffic SSP Mahesh Mishra says despite several reminders, drivers aren't paying attention to road rules. Kelly Vadala reports.
The police traffic unit is making an appeal for road users to be more vigilant, especially because other drivers may not be.
Our major challenge is the motorists, the road users, that they need to do their part in terms of be safe on the road and follow all road rules. Unfortunately, what is happening that still there are some drivers that are taking chance of committing serious traffic offences. Even passengers are riding in insecure positions. Pedestrians are very inconsiderate and careless on our road.
For many Fijians, the recent road fatalities are a concern that needs to be taken seriously.
The drivers and the public should try to be more cautious and to be very careful when using the roads.
This time are very dangerous, so in Fiji they have plenty of cars.
One of the causes is that we have many vehicles now in Fiji and roads may become smaller.
SSP Mishra says they will be out renewed with strength this festive season. He adds the Land Transport Authority is also on board with the plans for ensuring there are no more road fatalities. Kelly Vavala, FBC News.
Flights out of Nandi International Airport faced delays today due to an electricity outage. A statement from AFL confirms a power surge affected its system at around 7 a.m. today as the Fiji Electricity Authority is putting in underground cables on the 4-lane road construction around Namaka. The company says this has been causing some repeated unexpected outages of late. Passengers were today checked in both manually and from the domestic terminal. All systems were back online by 4:25 p.m. this afternoon. Coming up on FBC News, a successful Fijian brings you the story of a man who started off as a security guard but now runs his own small business. Stay with us.
Wani laki-laki lo menikoro dau vinakavia no va Mambul FM niron dau vinkarapi open hilo po viroro ozo na Mambul FM number 2 na share
iyo Mambul bina tango epeli untuk taliten la parang Mambul FM na go
number 2 tinanga Mambul FM no sur Mambul FM number 2 na share
wala sia kuni va ulambasa na ko bila merikibi Mambul FM number 2 na share talita itu ngai lampas
Bula FM number 2 and share.
Welcome back. This is FBC News. A bikeathon was held today in a bid to raise awareness on suicide prevention. The fundraiser was organised by the Helpline Fiji in partnership with the Fiji Motorcycling Association. About 40 bikers from VT Level rode from Suva and Nandi to Singatoka, and Rachel Nath tagged along.
Fascination with bikes are common amongst all, but today the attention was put to a good cause. The bikeathon not only raised awareness on preventing suicides, but also raised funds with each biker donating $200.
The plan that we want to open our office down in the Western Division, and also soon we're going to operate in the Northern Division as well. So the funds solely goes towards having these two offices.
A group that rode from Nandi to Coral Coast for the cause was led by Minister for Industry, Trade, Tourism, Lands and Mineral Resources, Fayaz Koya.
Every 36 hours, a Fijian attempts to take his or her life, and that's sad. And there's an alarming average of about 124 suicide deaths in Fiji per year, with 630 completed suicides in the last 5 years. That's 630 too many.
Suicide survivor Andy Blake spoke about his experience and personal struggles to help broaden the knowledge around suicides.
I would encourage people to think positively, change your lifestyle, avoid alcohol if you can, and just surround yourself with positive people.
It feels really good in the sense that the bikes are a catalyst. It draws a lot of attention, but the attention here is not the bikes itself, but the message or the help that is present with Lifeline. There are a lot of people under duress who may not know where to go, and what we're trying to do is direct the attention or the help or the audience to Lifeline, but use the bikes as a catalyst. Feels really good to be involved.
I mean, we are the Fiji Motorcycle Association is always happy and is proud to be supporting something that will make a difference in people's life. And this was awareness, one thing, and next was raising some cash that was badly needed. So we are very proud and we are very happy to do that.
The FBC staff kicked off the bike challenge today. 3 employees jumped onto a bike each. The idea behind the challenge is to allow one to break the boundaries. The Fiji Motorcycling Association will continue to assist the Fiji Helpline in their quest to build awareness on suicide prevention. While this event today was the first of its kind, the association will continue to assist. Rachel Nall, FBC News.
Fijians will benefit from a project supported by the European Union and GIZ adapting to climate change and sustainable energy. The Pacific project covers 14 other countries, but Fiji has an allocation of more than $2 million to assist 7 households in Narikoso village in Onoilau, which will be relocated to new climate-proofed homes, including solar home systems. Also, solar hybrid power systems in partnership with government's rural electrification program will be rolled out in Kyo, Yasawa, Vanuatu and Navosa, assisting a number of communities. Overall, the project, which wraps up in 2018, aims to address climate change adaptation and reducing the dependence on fossil fuels. If you want to be successful in life, you have to work hard and persevere. This is the story of Rajesh Sharma, who spent years gaining experience before venturing off on his own and becoming a successful small business owner. Ali Kimbia has the story.
Successful Fijians is brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
It's one of the well-known kawas outlets along the Suvarnasuri corridor, but the story behind the success of this business is only known to Rajesh Sharma.
I drove bus for Tadirawa Transport, and then from there I went to United States. I never liked that place, so I came back to Fiji again. You know, since I came back to Fiji in 2004, from 2004 I started taxi businesses, then after that I started this car wash business.
Sharma says the ambition to run a business was always in his mind, despite leaving school at the age of 17.
When I was growing up, my dad was a carpenter. He was a plasterman. He worked very, very hard. I saw him working very, very hard. And then, then we started a canteen business. Then my dad died. And then, I guess I was very, very young at that certain time. I was only 17 years old.
He wasn't always destined to run his own business. Over the years, Sharma has been a security guard, a mechanic, and a bus driver, all of which made him what he is today.
When I was employed by Tadirawa Transport, I learned a lot of things with them, how to run a business and how to do things. There's a boss over there, Vijay Singh, in Tadirawa Transport. He taught me a lot of things, how to do things, because he was in charge of the garage.
With all his hard work, Sharma now earns close to 8,000 a year from his kawas business.
We make, you can say, about $200 to $300 a week. That's not the whole profit sometimes, because we have to pay for electricity, water bill, and all those things. In a year, we make about, you can say, about 8 grand. You know what I'm saying? On and off.
Sharma says through the assistance of the Fiji First government, he was able to excel in his business.
Well, I can say Mani Marama government has helped us a lot. Since we started, we had some complications with land issues and all those things. He helped us out, with all those issues.
Apart from his kawas business, Sharma also owns a few taxis and says all income is for the betterment of his family. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Successful Fijians was brought to you by the Fiji Development Bank, your partner in progress.
Turning to world news, Donald Trump is refusing to step aside despite calls from dozens of prominent Republicans for him to drop out of the race for the United States president. This comes after lewd comments about women, which his wife and running mate found indefensible. Still ahead in sports, Lambasa through to IDC final. And Snedeker wins Fiji International. This and more coming up.
मैं जुगेन नबीलो तालिब से रेडियो फिजी 2 24 घंटे मेरे साथ रहता है।
हम मंगेरी ताउका के ललेश है। हमारे दिल में और दिमाग में खाली रेडियो फिजी 2 है और सभी भाइयों से आग्रह करते हैं कि रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनना चाहिए।
मेरा नाम अभिनेश है, मैं निंदी का रहने वाला हूँ। मैं सभी समय रेडियो फिजी 2 सुनता हूँ क्योंकि उसमें Aina Pogren रहता है.
Hai, मैं उमेश नसासा नाबुआ से मैं जब
Welcome back. This is FBC Sports. The Lambasa football side has qualified for the Courts Inter-District Championships final. The side beat Nandi 1-0 in the semi-final.
Good football by them at this stage as Gabrieli Matanasinga to Peter Balatonga, who switches it, and a good switch. It finds Edwin Scheim. Master Edwin Scheim turns and drives. And Edwin Scheim in the second minute of play. Good build-up by Lambasa. And Edwin Scheim in the second minute of play has put Lambasa up by 1-0. The build-up looked good. As I said, the build-up by Lambasa was looking good.
And in the second semi-final that's currently underway, Colinio Sivoki came through for Lautoka in the dying minutes of the second half to equalize 1-1 against Ba. The men in black scored through Samuela Nambinia.
Solawanga in a lot of open space still. Solawanga turns and drives and playing through Samuela Nambinia. And in the 27th minute of play, Lautoka kick here. The header through, cleared away. In comes Sivoki. Yankolinio Sivoki slams it in. He was waiting for it, and in the 34th minute of play.
The game continues at ANZ Stadium. 4 semi-finalists have been confirmed for the Courts Inter-District Championship Senior Division tomorrow. Rakiraki will face Nasino in the first semi-final, while Navor meets Taviuni in the second semi-final. Taviuni qualified as the best runner-up with Rakiraki, Navor and Nasino all topped its pool. It will be Lambasa versus Lautoka in the final of the Courts Inter-District Championships Primary Division. The defending champion qualified after beating Rakiraki 2-0. Lautoka meanwhile beat Rewa 1-0 at Bidesi Park to seal a spot in the final tomorrow at the NZ Stadium in Suva. America's Brent Snedeker completed a runway victory in the 2016 Fiji International closing with a 4 under 68 for a 9-stroke margin. Snedeker had 5 birdies and at 16 under 272 at Nuttall Bay this afternoon. Meli Tavanga tells us more.
The American, and he was able to put together a magnificent round.
Brent Snedeker opened with rounds of 69, 64 and 70 to take a 3-stroke lead into the final round. Ranked 23rd in the world, 35-year-old Snedeker won his first international title in the events section by European, Australasian and Asian tours.
All the way I did, take the pressure off the rest of my game, was a lot of fun. You know, to go out there and finish the way I did today, I was really proud of that. You know, having a lead and go out there and extending that lead and finishing the way you're supposed to was a lot of fun today.
In the fairway.
Snedeker, who will be staying in Fiji another week, has expressed his love for the country.
I do. It's be tough to pry me away from this place. You know, it's be hard going back home. I love coming here. We had a great honeymoon here 8 years ago, and it's great to be back and get to hoist a trophy and have some fun next week. Looking forward to it.
Prime Minister Borenge Bainimarama applauded Snedeker and says with the success of this year's tournament, they're hoping to take Fiji International to another level in 2017.
Well, I hope it's going to get bigger and bigger. I mean, this year is the biggest we've had so far and the most successful. So I think we can work to having it bigger next year, more successful.
Bainimarama adds this tournament is very important to our country since it boosts the tourism industry and our economy. Snedeker receives 250,000 Australian dollars for his prize money. Meli Tabanga, FBC Sports.
The Fiji Warriors side has made an impressive start to its American Cup campaign, thrashing USA Select 62-12 earlier this morning in Uruguay. The Rupeni Nasinga captain side scored 10 tries and dominated the game all throughout. Fiji Warriors led 24-5 at halftime. The APC will go 3 rounds over 8 days with participating teams including Canada, USA, Fiji Warriors, Uruguay A and Argentina. The All Blacks have beaten South Africa 57-15 in their final rugby championship match in Durban this morning to equal the record of 17 consecutive test wins by a top-tier nation. It is also New Zealand's biggest ever win in 93 tests against the Springboks. Meanwhile, Australia has overcome ill discipline to topple Argentina, ending its rugby championship on a high win with a 33-21 victory at Twickenham. Fijian-born Samu Kerevi's 2 tries made the difference for Australia, which has now secured second place on the table. While the morning was mostly fine, cloudy skies with some showers prevailed in the afternoon over Fiji. A heavy rain warning remains in force for some parts of the country, but it is expected to be extended to the whole of the group as a trough moves onto Fiji from the north. The trough is expected to gradually intensify and drift south towards the country tonight. Associated cloud and rain affects Vanua Levu, spreading to the rest of Fiji this evening. Turning to the temperatures, it was a warm day around the country. Ba was a high of 33 this afternoon, while all other centres were close behind. And tomorrow's forecast is for rain and thunderstorms over the group. The further outlook, we're looking ahead to Tuesday, and you can expect rain, heavy at times, and squally thunderstorms over most places. Northwest to northeast winds 25 to 30 knots, gusting to 40 knots. Recapping the main stories for tonight, Employment Ministry sources seasonal work outside of Australia and New Zealand. Women's Minister says everyone shares in Fiji's growth, and police begins festive season operations to prevent road fatalities. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. On to this week's poll question, and we are asking, should corporal punishment be reintroduced for violent criminals? To answer, visit our FBC website. Send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj or share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. And if you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Jackie Spate. Good night.
Yandra! I love listening to Gold FM at Golden Point Resort. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hola, my name is General from Recreative Village. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic.
I'm Moses from Valeu. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Marida Manako. I'm from Kandavu. I like listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Silipa from Tavor Town. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.